Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 011, Arithmetic, Section 3.6, Problem 23. This is Section 3.6, Problem 23. It says write each number as a decimal, round your answer to the nearest hundredth. So nearest hundredth is 2 places after the decimal. So I have 1/6. Now, as I've mentioned with most of these others, if you happen to have a calculator, just do the numerator, which is 1 for this one, divide by the denominator, which is 6 equals, calculator gives you the answer. If you have to round it, round it. But without a calculator, the way you would do it is to write a division symbol. What you do is you put the numerator inside the division symbol, put the denominator in front of the division symbol, and you just divide the long way. So 6 divides into 1, it won't fit. 1's not big enough. So write the 1 as a 1.0 and treat it as a 10. Now when I do that, the decimal that I put in has to come straight up for my answer. So 6 divides into 10 once. 1 times 6 is 6. 10 minus 6 is 4. So it didn't go in evenly. So I add another 0 in the top and pull it straight down next to the 4. So I write it as a 40. 6 will go into 40 how many times? Well, go in 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. 40 minus 36 is 4. So it still didn't go in evenly. So what I do is put another 0 on the top, bring it straight down next to the 4. It becomes a 40. 6 divides into 40 6 times again. 6 times 6 is 36. Again, I have 40 minus 36, which is 4. Create another 0, bring it down. 40 again. It's just going to keep going. Every time I have a 40, it's going to go times 6, making a 36, making a remainder of 4. Gets another 0 after it becomes a 40, another 36, another 4, another 40. The 6's never end. So the answer when I do the division is 0.1666666, never ever ending. Now remember, the question said round it to the nearest hundredth. I didn't even have to go out this far. So nearest hundredth is 2 places after the decimal. I have tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and it goes on and on. So what I want to do is find that spot 2 places after the decimal, look at one spot over to the right and see if it's big enough to bump it up by 1, and it is. If it was 0 through 4, I would just chop off everything that came after. If it's 5 through 9, and it is, I increase the rounding digit by 1, making it 0.17, and then chop everything off. So round it to 2 places after the decimal, or in other words, nearest hundredth. It's written as 0.17. Some people like to put the 0 in front. That's optional. You can either call it 0.17 or 0.17.